Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So right now I'm going to be doing a Virgo ClairTarot reading, Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. This is going to be a precog forecast for your 2020 year of clarity. Let me just get some cards. We're going to be taking a look at this year. It's a general reading, so it might not resonate for everyone. Take whatever resonates, leave the rest. We're definitely not going to be making major life decisions based off of some random video on YouTube. So kind of just flow with whatever you need to flow with, okay? So let me just get these. Oh, ooh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Let's just see what's going on. Okay, Virgo, what is up? You are the bee's knees this year. Okay. Let me calm down. I'm not even Virgo. I'm all getting excited for my sisters. I really am getting excited. I don't know why. Virgo, you really are the bee's knees this year. This is your year, it seems. This is the year that all of your quirks are going to benefit you. And you're definitely going to need to rise to the occasion and allow yourself to accept this. For far too long, Virgo, people have just been cacaing on you. You're not a toilet. You is not the porcelain god. Okay, you are not simply a receptacle to receive people's caca and vom. I am being led to feel as though 2019 was the year of the people within your circle, your environment. That was the year that your environment just had some sort of verbal diarrhea. Maybe they need gripe water, chew some ginger, tell them to chew some ginger. It's just coming out, coming out of their mouth. They need to relax that. They need spiritual ginger, is what it is. That's what it is. And then let me just get one more card here. I get this one. Yeah, spiritual ginger. Tell them to chew some. Be like, bitch, you need some spiritual ginger. I don't know what it is about my Virgo sisters, brothers and sisters, that get me all like sassy every single time. It's sassy. I'm choking on my own sassiness. That's just too much, girl. Tone it back. Tone it back. Tone it back like 3 levels. We're not going platinum bleach, okay? Tone it down. Tone it down. So here it is. There are a lot of people gathering around to watch you. It seems as though you're beginning to learn, really accept that you are your own world and you should be revolving around yourself. All right? It's this feeling that Virgo very often falls victim to this thought that I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to be, this and that. And you put the focus on so much outside of yourself. Now it's time for you to just allow that focus to kind of flow to where it naturally will go, which is you. Okay. There's going to be a lot of people watching you. Some people are just kind of paying attention. Some people you got at least 2 stalkers. I mean, fans. Sorry. Y'all got at least 2 people who are just all up in your business, trying to see everything going on. Just all up in there. I'm kind of wondering if those 2 are watching you because they're curious how you rise, or 100% at 1046, 1010, okay, 11010. Or if they're there, card number 10, 10, 10, 10, because they're looking for an opportunity to sting you. And that's the thing, okay? And they might even use children to do this. I know one of my Virgo loves, a child was used to hurt her feelings. You have to release your allegiances. You have to let go of this perceived importance. You have some sort of attachment to the importance of how other people see you, and these people that you've attached an importance to, their opinions. These are the people who just love tearing you down any way they can. So you have to let go of that. Okay, you definitely have to begin making yourself your priority, making yourself your whole world. Okay, you just, it's you, it's about you. If you do have children, they are an extension of you. So this is not about me encouraging you to be, completely selfish. Just know everything you do with the way you love, it's so thorough. You take things into consideration. Okay, I don't care whatever the stereotype is that's really being placed on Virgo. You love in such a way that you try and take care of and plan for all the contingencies to make sure everyone's okay. So no, that's a lie. If someone says you're being selfish, you're not thinking of your family, you're not thinking, that's a lie. That's a lie. The way I know Virgo to be, you guys look at all the different angles and analyze stuff till it's dead, and then you resuscitate it. You bring it back to probe it some more. So yeah, no, if someone's going to try and tell you or convince you that you're not looking at things right and you're not seeing clearly and you're just thinking about yourself, you tell them, I probed that bitch several times. I know her from inside and out. She's been probed. She's been probed. Okay. So don't listen to them. You know, you probed it several times. You know, you did. Okay. Don't listen to them. Whoever them is, don't listen to them. Let yourself laugh at the stupidity of their attempts to knock you off your Pegasus. They're just jealous. They got a basic ass. They don't even have a horse. Okay. Not only do you have a horse, yours has wings and a fucking horn. What up with that? Okay. Of course they're going to be jealous. Of course they're going to be like, well, your horse is deformed. It has a growth and like some weird appendages. No, biatch, you just don't know magic when you see it. It's what it is. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. Card number 16. Gaia, Earth. You are rebirthing yourself right now, Virgo. You are rebirthing yourself. Give yourself the freedom to expand and rise in whatever way is natural and organic for you. No longer are you going to be basing your perception of your journey through someone else's lens, because their lens is dirty anyways. Their lens is dirty. It's not calibrated right. It just isn't. They need new glasses. I mean, Walmart has a sale. Well, I got my glasses from Walmart. I ain't making fun of that shit. Okay, people always say, your glasses are cute. Well, I got it from Walmart, okay? I did. I ain't got no shame. I wasn't going to pay more than that. Okay, refocus, girl. Refocus. There it is. Y'all. Virgo, you are in an ocean of consciousness, and these mofos are trying to set you on fire, failing to realize you're not going to burn. You're not going to burn. You're just not. There you are. Are you bothered? Not at all. Look at you. Activation of the high heart. Look at you. Let them burn with jealousy. You don't got to do nothing. It's their jealousy that's setting them on fire. Now, here's the thing. With the high heart activation, the focus on the high heart, that means that card number 20, softly, softly, the tender touch. People are going to try and trigger you. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. You hot stuff. You see a little bit of the bang, bang boogie. So up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Okay. You definitely have to allow yourself to have an organic reaction here and there. Not all the time. Most of the time, you're going to have to remember that high heart activation means you're going to first filter your words through your heart space. You're going to allow yourself to take a moment to pause and breathe before you actually say something. Filter it through the heart. Let the heart extract the extra venomous words. Virgo, I know you could cut a motherfucking down if you want, but you're not going to, because you're just not there anymore. You're not at that place they want you to stay at. You're rising in consciousness. I'm noticing, and I've been noticing, this major shift in trend of Virgo to really tap into their higher levels of consciousness and analyze a circumstance to see, like, what am I supposed to be getting from this circumstance? It's more than just some sort of drama. I don't need to just avoid the drama. I need to see, what is this really trying to teach me? And that's a beautiful thing, because that leads, again, look, that high heart activation leads to a communication that will further push the energy up to the crown space and give you higher levels of activation. So this is the year, 2020 is the year where you're allowing this process to occur without letting the attempts of others to shame you back into a more atrophied stage of empowerment. This is the year you're going to do that. Okay. Virgo has been so harshly judged for so long, so long. They're just jealous that they can't organize like you. I'm just saying. They're just jealous they can't organize their life and their closet like you. Be true to your heart. Okay. You have the peacock feathers right there letting you know. Shake your tail feather. Don't be ashamed for standing out. You are who you are. People are going to start noticing now. They're noticing now, and that's fine. That's fine. Let them notice. Let them witness your metamorphosis into some gorgeous, gorgeous ass thing. I see hummingbirds in here. The hummingbirds definitely represent, oh, what? Is this like a hummingbird slash Phoenix combo? What is that? Rising from your own ashes. Okay. Hummingbirds have a tendency to tell me that happiness is just around the corner. And I'm not talking about happiness because you've kind of entertained yourself to take your mind off of your problems. I'm talking about happiness that is on a very deep level. Okay. The times where I've seen hummingbirds being used as confirmation that happiness is just around the corner is times where, like, I bought my first house. I moved out of state to somewhere where my kids could become healthy again and regain their health. I moved to a state that, it's just like huge, huge occurrences that really provide opportunities for healing on such a profound level. So embrace the hummingbirds, okay? Embrace the hummingbirds. Card number 21, home. You're coming home back to yourself at this point. Yeah, like, you got so far distracted for far too long by the opinions and the words of other people who really shouldn't have as much of a say in your journey as they've had in the past. They're definitely going to fight you once they realize their attempt to control and manipulate you in your journey is no longer going to work. And this is not, you don't have to announce nothing. In fact, it might be better if you just kind of make this shift quietly and not tell any of them and just not be bothered. 100% at 10:55. Again, 100, 10, 10. Fascinating. Card number 28. 2 + 8 is 10, collaborative dreaming. This is about you recognizing many in your environment are still in a state of fake sleep. You can't wake someone up that's faking to sleep. You can't. You just can't. It's like the natural law of things. You can't wake up someone who's faking sleep. And so, Virgo, this is really a call for you to recognize you can't change people. You can't. So don't try anymore. The whole, like, you have to be patient because they're still in a growing process. No. What you need to do is recognize when something is toxic, you remove yourself from it. That doesn't mean you stop loving them, that you're just like, okay, you're going to be acting like that. You could do that at your house. Bye. There's no more like, well, no, I'm a sovereign, and trying to explain, they're not going to be able to understand because remember, they're still faking their level of dimensional consciousness. So I think for many of the Virgos, what you've been surrounded by is active resistance to your growth, your path. So many people, so many eyes watching you, you know, so many eyes watching you. Hold on, let me just search something up. Mm. Ooh, okay. So I was like, this is important. It's a green man. It looks like a green man. I forget what the green man symbolizes. It's a symbol of rebirth, representing the cycle of growth each spring. So basically, this is you're rebirthing yourself. You know, didn't we talk about this with Gaia? You're rebirthing yourself. This time, you're birthing yourself in such a way where you are more true to your own heart. Okay. Um, So there you are. There's a lot that's going to be watching. To me, these triangles with, I mean, these pyramids, we're just making this as basic as possible. These triangles with eyes in them, that really reminds me of the whole like Illuminati type thing. And that whole Illuminati type thing is really about keeping everyone confined to what their place is, meaning something outside of you is dictating to you what you should be, where you should be. It's this paradigm. Okay. So many are going to be watching you. And it reminds me of this one experiment that I had read about where monkeys had been put in a cage, an enclosement. It's a fairly large enclosement. They're all pretty happy. The very center, because it's very high, the center of the roof had a hole. And I think they had put a tree or a ladder, something where monkeys could climb up and escape if they wanted. And so every time a monkey climbed up to try and escape through the hole, there the everyone all the monkeys would be blasted with a water cannon. And it didn't take long for that conditioning to create a mindset where if the other monkeys who are observing see a monkey trying to climb up and free itself, they would all then attack that monkey trying to free itself. This is the kind of world we exist within at this point. Okay. This is the kind of world we exist within at this point. Understand how this applies to your journey. Do this little monkey look bothered? Nope. It's just like, I'm going up that hole. You be this little monkey, okay? You free yourself. Go up that tree and out that hole. Fuck the other monkeys. There you go. Card number 5, clear out the old. This is about clearing out those old monkeys. Letting them play with play that game by themselves, okay? You have to allow yourself to be blind to their foolery. Don't bother with it. Just don't bother with it. Wow, there's just a lot. Time is on your side. There's a lot of things that are going on that are going to help to bring your dreams to fruition. A lot of really positive things, but the most important part of this is that it's going to happen through darkness. Okay. Does that mean you're going to be surrounded by evil? No, it just means these are things that are going to occur behind the scenes. We're not announcing any of this. We're just doing it and then letting them witness as we're already rising, like this. Okay. Okay. We didn't announce this. We didn't say we will be coming out from the ocean. We just started rising, you know? Embrace that. Embrace that. And if you look, there's a key attached to the blindfold. The key is in blinding yourself to, and this is going to be harsh. My little one heard me say something very similar last night, and he was like, you shouldn't say that about the humans. I was like, you got to be blind to the stupidity of people sometimes. I was so pissed off about something. I don't even know what. I think I was just hangry. And I said that. I said that to my husband, and he was walking in the room and he heard me and he goes, you shouldn't say that about human beings. It's not nice. And I said, I'm sorry. but it's true. Be blind to the stupidity of others. That's not your issue. Okay. If they can't understand you, oh well. Oh well. You're here to live your life. And take on her energy. Look at that. She's just, she don't care. She don't care that, the monkeys in the cage are throwing caca at each other. She's just like, I'm out of the cage. I'm out. I climbed up the tree and I'm good. So creative spark. This is what's going to get you out of the cage. Okay. This is what's going to get you to a place where the other monkeys can no longer affect you. Your creative spark. Allow their attempts to derail your progress, their attempts to get you to believe that what you're doing is somehow erroneous, that your growth is somehow selfish. Allow that to inspire you, to further spark a flare within your sacred flame. Okay. When people say things, that upset you, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not respond and simply say within your mind, okay, I'm going to show you. You think I can't do that? I'm going to show you. You say, I don't have what it takes, that I'm wasting my time. I'm just going to show you. You're just going to witness. I don't even have to announce it. You're just going to see it. You're going to see it happening. You're going to see all these things that you told me I wasn't worthy of being given to me, just handed to me, because I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to accept all this amazing stuff that is for me. Okay. So have these conversations in your head, trying to convince people who lack the ability to understand. That's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy, and it's a tactic that is used to deplete you so that you can't bring to fruition the very things that you're trying to do. Okay. Oh, wait. Ooh, see what I'm saying? Okay. Clarity. You achieve and receive clarity with your eyes by observing, not by speaking. Okay. The growth occurs when nothing is said. Growth is silent. Allow yourself to see you are already in a state of metamorphosis. Okay. You are starting this. Allow yourself to go through it. Allow yourself to recognize what this process is. Now, for some Virgos, this process is going to be really viscerally felt. It's going to be painful. It's going to be something that feels like a part of you is dying, like a shamanic death. For some, it might feel like you've already had a part of you, a major part, die, and now you're in a grieving process. All of this is a normal part of your ascension. All of this, okay? This is actually what ascension is. Ascension was never some tutti frutti, like, hey, look at me. I can now do this yoga pose. Hey, I've meditated for 5 hours today. I've had my expensive ass snack. That makes me spiritual. No, ascension is very raw. It's very gritty. It's very like authentic and felt so viscerally. So when people are like smiling and you're faking it. Just stop. You don't need to impress me. Just stop. I don't believe what you're saying anyways. So preservation. Allow yourself to go through this. Just allow yourself. You are, again, rebirthing. Allow yourself to preserve your energy. Use your energy where it's needed in the birthing process. Would it be a wise use of a mother's energy if she's in labor and instead of focusing on giving birth, she's focusing on arguing with someone? I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. She's triggered by something, but is it a wise use of her energy? Probably not. Even if it's just emotions, because people are like, oh, well, it's just emotion. Well, when I get all emotional, that depletes me. That totally depletes me. I'm just exhausted. So really, if you're in the birthing process, yes, you're going to feel much more sensitive. Yes, things that normally wouldn't bother you start to become something that is more of a big deal. in regards to triggering you and making you feel unbalanced. But you have to remember to preserve that chaos, contain the chaos, save it for when it's absolutely necessary. Okay. Hold on. Okay. I'm being told there are going to be a lot of people, Virgo, as you go through this process, there are going to be a lot of people who are going to try and hook into your consciousness by telling you that you're doing this wrong, that, they're going to have a better idea of how to do this. First, they're going to First, they're going to be like, oh, this is a waste of time. You're just fooling yourself. Don't bother. And then when you continue and they're seeing that, oh, shoot, she's actually doing this. He's actually doing this. It's actually something that's viable. This is something that is going to be successful. And they're seeing that you're going to be getting the attention, recognition from others. Then they're going to be like, oh, you're doing that wrong. You should do this instead. You should do that instead. Trying to hook into your consciousness. Don't listen to them. What I found true for me, the people who have the most things to say in regards to how other people are doing things wrong usually are the people who are screwing up their lives the most. And that's why they have so much to say. I mean, think about it. We have a finite amount of time during a human day. Okay. It's a finite amount of time, 24 hours. That's all you get. And a large portion of those hours is working. A large portion of those hours is sleeping. So what are you doing with the rest of the time where you're free to work on yourself? If you're spending that time talking about someone else's journey, what time do you spend on your journey? Yeah, I tend to not talk about anyone else's journey because I'm so busy working on my own. You know what I mean? So if someone is nonstop just talking about other people, what the fuck are they doing? How are they growing themselves? And if they're not growing themselves, if they're not learning from their experiences, who the hell are they to even talk? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Don't listen to them. Okay? Don't listen to them. Allow yourself to reunify all your parts. Call your energy back to you. You need unity within yourself. This is about existing in a totality at this point. Okay. Preservation. You are life and death, the full cycle condensed into one body, one life. Excuse me. Through your entire human life, you will experience multiple cycles of spiritual death and spiritual rebirth. Allow it. You were never meant to be a stagnant, static energy being. Okay. You were always meant to be dynamic, meaning ebbs and flows of energy, shifting perception, shifting your environment, your circle, all of that. It's always supposed to be flowing. Okay. And that flow is not always in one direction. Are you telling me that it's wrong to be able to flow in both directions? Really? If we look at nature and everything in creation is really just like a scaled down model of something bigger and more, what do you call it? More encompassing of a totality. So if you look at nature, the wind blows in all directions. The sun shines in all directions. The ocean, water can flow in all directions. So if you think you're only supposed to be going forward, you're missing out on what being pulled backwards can do for you as well, for your growth. So just be really open to reunifying all your parts, really taking into your own hands the creation of your life in this world. No one else should be given that. Okay. No one else should be allowed to control that. 100% at 1111. What's my phone say? What? Love it. Okay. 67% at 1111. 4 notifications on the 7. So 7 plus 1 is 11. So 6, 7, 11, 11, 11. What? I'm just saying. It's wrong. So definitely take the world, your world in your own hands. Allow your Christ consciousness to really, really rise up and enter your consciousness. Allow that phoenix within you to start burning real hot as you prepare for your rise. Look at all that fire. All that fire. Allow yourself to get fiery. You know, people don't want to get burned. They better get the ass out the kitchen. I think I'm channeling my inner sassy Virgo. Just saying. So let's do a recap for 2020. It feels like for the next maybe 2 months or so, while people are still fixated on the whole new year, new me, and they're on their soapboxes and like, look, I'm doing this for myself this year. I'm becoming a new person, new, better version of myself. They're going to be really fixated on you and criticizing you. Okay, that's expected. Since that's expected, when someone tries to do that, we're not going to feel as though we are being victimized. Why are we being attacked or singled out? It's because they notice I'm about to rise. Someone had commented on my social media, nothing brings more attention than a phoenix on the rise. Ooh, that was bomb. That I felt that to my core, like resonation to the core. And so you definitely are being noticed. Okay. So for the first 2, maybe 3 months, they'll probably be fixated on you. Okay. Now you're going to continue doing whatever it is you're doing, whatever sparks your creativity. Allow it. Allow it. Embrace it. Really be fully present with that. Now, around end of spring, summertime, the feeling that I'm being given is that you're going to have some sort of opportunity presented to you. For some Virgos, this seems like it's not a solo project. This seems more like a collaboration. Ooh, for some Virgos, one in particular, it seems like you've gotten enough attention that there are vendors that are wanting to sponsor some of your content. Gratis. Hashtag grateful. I'm saying. So it seems like everything kind of starts falling into place around end of spring, early summer. I'm being told to say that it can actually come to you before that. It can come much sooner if you allow yourself to kind of open up the pathways by removing the people who are blocking the path. It's just going to, the reason I'm being given this feeling that it's going to happen like late spring, early summer is because it's going to take you that long from now until then to finally get sick of the people that's been blocking your path and just be like, get the fuck out of my path, you know? But if you can do that sooner, then I think whatever this opportunity is, will probably come sooner. For some, I feel like it might even come end of February, March time. Okay. So early spring. Come summertime, it feels like that Virgo energy is going to be in full swing. You're going to have already found this little like niche that you can occupy. For some, it might have to do with work, where there was some shifting going on at work. You might have been afraid that you were going to lose your job. And it turns out that no, you're a very valued member of the team. For others, it might have to do more with questioning if your efforts at self-employment is worth it, like if the juice is worth the squeeze. And it's this sense that you kind of are given confirmation that, yeah, no, this is working out. This is starting to work out. You're finding your groove. You're really making this into something that is a solid foundation from which to launch, from which to build an actual empire type of structure. Okay. So I see a lot of really good things coming. I don't know why, but I'm getting that around end of summer, August, especially around the Lionsgate portal. there's going to be a lot of challenge for you. I'm wondering why, though. That something's going to shift to try and rock you and the good steady flow of energy and manifestation and all of that. Obviously, you have a choice. You have a choice to make. Are you going to participate in that? Are you going to allow your energy to be diverted towards that distraction? Or are you going to flow through it and be like, okay, I acknowledge that. I'm sorry. I'm in a rush. I have things to accomplish. So it's really, it's a choice that you have to make. Obviously, this is not going to happen for everyone. For those that this does end up happening for, when you find yourself experiencing this moment, make sure you pause and really figure out, what is this supposed to teach me? Is this something that's absolutely necessary? Or can I find it in myself to submit, fully submit, ask soul to just tell me or show me what this lesson is about, accept the lesson and move forward without having to fully experience firsthand what that lesson is. So it's really, a lot of choices are needing to be made. And Virgo, I do get a very strong sense that for some of you who have already begun doing the work to release the shame and the stigma of being overly about planning, recognizing that you're not overly planning, that you're just being prepared, and there's nothing wrong with preparedness because you're not doing it out of a state of fear. And that's key, that you're not planning contingency plans out of a state of fear, but it's just, something part of your character where you like to be prepared, and that's it, not fear. If you've done that work, then what's going to happen is it's just going to flow right through because you're already being made aware of potentialities. And so your mind is already working overtime with like, well, if that happened, then I'd probably do this and this. And no, that's not going to be a big deal. That's a beautiful thing about this handicap that people keep telling Virgo they have. It's not a handicap. It's not a handicap. Just because other folks don't have the ability to see the truth, the gravity of this characteristic, this strength, and don't have the capacity to harness this perceived handicap as a strength, it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't take away from the fact that Virgo can absolutely harness it as a power. Okay. So you need to make sure you begin seeing these things that were once considered handicaps, ways in which you're broken, flawed, annoying, all of that stuff. Recognize it. If you learn to balance whatever that is, don't use it out of fear, it becomes a powerful tool. Very, very powerful tool. Hell yeah. Begin utilizing that. Okay. So wintertime, it's kind of a toss up because it really depends on what you decide. Like, because around August, around the Lionsgate portal, it seems like your path just divides. And it's going to take you to the same place at the end of the year, but it just divides. So one place kind of is a little more difficult. One path is kind of more difficult. The other one is a little more relaxed and easy flowing. And it's up to you how you're going to choose to travel this path, which side you're going to take. But it ultimately leads to the same thing, your growth. Okay. So I'm just asking your higher selves, the collective energy of Virgo, is there any other messages? Okay. The words of others really still greatly affect you no matter how good your poker face is. You have to be very honest with yourself about this. If this is something that resonates, be honest with yourself. It's not that you haven't grown. It's that you need to recognize there is a hole in your auric shield that needs to be patched up. Okay? When people have their opinions of you, that's their opinion. It is not a fact until you make it into a fact. Until you start playing that role that they're offering you, you're not that. Okay? You're not that. So when people start saying these things, their perceptions of who they believe you to be, you can either accept it or you can ignore it. Okay, you believe that? Good for you. Yeah, no, I'm busy right now. I'm busy bringing to fruition really beautiful things. And so if you begin really taking that kind of mindset, that stance when people criticize you, because it just really feels like Virgo is so overly criticized by all the other signs. Virgo and Pisces, because y'all are sisters. Like we're so overly criticized. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But who cares? We're that vast. We can handle a lot. Ooh, 100% 1122. For people who are very limited, that amount of fixation and negative perceptions would be devastating. For Virgo, you're vast. Okay, you are vast. Mm-mm. It doesn't even occupy like an eighth of your bowl. Just like, oh, that's cute, and keep it moving. Don't allow it to slow you down. Don't give it too much thought. When old cycles pop back up and the individual is again trying old tactics that normally would trigger you, try this. Try this, okay? Simply stating, oh, what's new? They've always been a bitch, anyways. What's new? Oh, they said that? Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's them. Yeah, no, that's how they are. What's new? Try taking that stance where it's like no resistance. Like, oh, okay. I mean, you've always thought that of me anyway, so. And it's never been true, so. Cool. Cool. You know? It's very hard to break something that's flexibly strong. It's very, very hard. Very, very hard. If you're going to be rigid and, like shatter every time someone, throws a little pebble at you, that's not going to serve you. Okay. Try shattering full grown bamboo by throwing pebbles. This is just not going to happen. Oh, you want to pull my bamboo all the way back and try and snap me? I hope you got stamina, because once you start to fatigue, once you get tired, the snapback of that's going to fuck your ass up. I'm just saying, you ain't never watched a Jackie Chan movie? Watch that shit before you try it with me, because the shit he be doing with bamboo, it'll tell you what you have waiting for you. I'm just saying, really embody that. Really allow yourself to embrace that mindset. Okay. And if you haven't watched some Jackie Chan movies, you really should. See what he does with his acrobatics and bamboo stuff. The bamboo typically doesn't snap. It typically doesn't. I mean, he got to go real crazy with it, real ham. But this is going to be a really beautiful, beautiful year for you, Virgo. This is your chance to allow yourself to shine. You've already been shining, but you've been trying to hide it. You've been kept in a state that's been so ashamed of who you are, ashamed of what you can accomplish, how efficient you can be in accomplishing what you're accomplishing. That era is done. The whole decade's gone. This is a new decade. This is the decade of clarity, where you can see the gravity of who and what you are. All right. I mean, if you're tied to Pisces, go look at the Pisces reading that I did recently. That's a truth for you as well, because it flows through. The energy doesn't just enter the house of Pisces and sit there. It flows through. And what is directly across? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, we share our energies. Virgo and Pisces, we share our energies. So the abundance of Pisces absolutely will be shared with our sibling Virgo. Embrace that. Allow yourself to receive. Allow it. I'm done being the doormat Pisces. You are done as my spiritual sibling. You are done being the doormat next to me. Fuck that shit. Mm-mm. People are going to talk shit about you no matter what. I promise you this. They're going to talk shit about you if you fail. They're going to talk shit about you if you rise. Wouldn't you rather they talk shit about you while you're rising? Yeah, I'm just saying. Because I learned this firsthand. Whether you're failing, whether you're accomplishing, whether you're helping, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, their demons are annoyed that you exist. Really let that in. Let that truth sink in. Their demons are annoyed by the fact that you exist, because your light is so bright that it shines a light on how they aren't living up to their own expectations of themselves. Has nothing to do with you. Nothing at all. And that's what I had to learn firsthand. Has nothing to do with me. Has nothing to do with my character. Has nothing to do with my integrity. I represent something that they are uncomfortable with, and that has nothing to do with me, just like it has nothing to do with you. And oftentimes, these people who are uncomfortable because your existence represents their unfulfilled wishes. That you are doing something, freeing yourself in such a way that they wish they could do, but they just didn't have the courage. And that's not your fault. That's not your fault. So we're just going to let that go. We're going to let that go. So I hope that this resonates for all of my Virgos, all of you guys, because man, this is the year you need to claim your abundance. Let it in, let it in, let it in. Just really embrace it, live it up. I'm not saying live frivolously. I'm saying really start living. Just leave your hand open like this. No expectations, and full gratitude for whatever creation drops in your lap, drops in your hand, and just observe how much your soul brings to you. Get out of your own way, clear the path of the people who've been clogging it up, like, just get them out of the way. Just clear the way, clear the way, clear the way. And so much is coming to you guys this year, coming to us this year. It's such a beautiful year already, Such a beautiful year. So you guys, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. I will be announcing very, very soon my workshop details of how to open a soul-based business. I'm not sharing the info with every I just realized I'm not sharing this info with every zodiac reading. But I do hear my higher self letting you guys, telling me to let you guys know this is a potentiality. If you're really ready to take your success, take your business, your abundance to a whole nother level, be on the lookout for that post. Okay. I'm going to be announcing it very soon. I'm hammering out the last of the details, and I'll be able to make an announcement soon. All right. So very limited space for this. I trust those who are really, truly ready to take this to a whole nother level, allow their abundance in fully this year. I trust they're the ones that are going to be coming, investing in themselves, and sharing of this very sacred space with me. I hope a bunch of them are my Virgos. All right. Bye, guys.